and welcome to Freshly Served Healthy Vegan Recipes. I'm Heather and today I am going to show you another Christmas recipe. You can find a whole series of delicious Christmas recipes, including today's, at healthyveganrecipes.net/Christmas. Now what I'm going to show you today is a dessert. And I'm sure everyone's familiar with Christmas pies, Christmas cookies, Christmas cakes. I love that stuff and it is really special, but what I often find is that after Christmas dinner, I've eaten so much that I just cannot handle a rich dessert like that. So what I'm going to show you today is an alternative, a light dessert of baked pears, but we're going to make them really flavorful, really delicious, and still really, really special for Christmas. It's going to start with a pear. So like I said, we're starting with our pear, and cut it up however you like, getting the core out. If you have one of those utensils that takes the core out without chopping it, that's awesome. You can also try to get the core out just by slicing the pear in half. I went the easy route and quartered it and took the core out like that. So next we need something to bake these pears with, because if you put them in the oven on their own, they'll be good, but they will dry out a little bit. So if we add some moisture, we can bring in not only flavor, but also some liquid to help these pears bake more efficiently. So what I'm going to start with is some white wine. And if you don't like to use wine, that's fine. You can just use some extra juice or just water. Then you're going to add some juice, and you can use whatever type you like. We have some really delicious raspberry juice in the fridge, so that's what I'm going to use. Orange juice is also nice. Apple cider would be lovely. Pretty much any type of fruit juice that goes with pear would be nice. And the quintessential Canadian ingredient, maple syrup. For those of you who wonder, yes, I am Canadian. And I actually live in a maple syrup producing region, so this is fresh from just down the street. Okay. Next, we're going to add some seasonings here, and I'm going to do cinnamon because I love cinnamon. So you can mix some into the liquid. You could also sprinkle some onto your pears. That makes sure that the nice flavor gets right on there. Oh, and I'm just doing one pear here, but if you're cooking for more, obviously use more pears. Okay, this next spice that I'm putting on here is cardamom. If you guys haven't heard of it before, it's usually in Indian spice mixes. It's a really nice spice to use, gives things a little bit of a different flavor. So you want to mix that up. I'm getting really technical and stirring it with a knife. Any utensil will work. Then you're going to pour this liquid right over the pears. Make sure that the top surface of the pears gets wet. Get all that beautiful liquid out. And then you're going to put this dish into the oven. Any temperature really, somewhere around 300, 350 degrees is perfect. So these pears have been in the oven for about 10 minutes. What I'm going to do is just make sure that they get some liquid on top there, that they don't dry out. And at this point I'm also going to put some walnuts on top here. Okay, walnut goes really nicely with pears. That's the end of my bag. And they'll taste really nice if they get roasted in here with the pears. So also make sure that they're not sitting too much on top. And then put this back in the oven for about another 10 minutes or until the pears are nice and soft. So I hope you enjoy your baked pears or whatever you're enjoying for Christmas dessert. You can find all of my Christmas recipes at healthyveganrecipes.net/Christmas. I'm Heather. This is Freshly Served. Have a great holiday.